Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, November 26, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with this weekly bar chart. The 394.29, a 7-month channel bottom. Is it 7 or 8 months? Hold on a second. It's more like 7 months, right? 394.29 is on the daily chart, 394.94. You can see to the far right here. These are 4-star support levels, meaning can contain more than just weekly selling pressures, but monthly selling pressures. And in fact, we've been mentioning how holding above 394.94 will keep 528.40 in reach over the next 2 to 3 months by the end of Q1 anyway. And 528.40 is a significant long-term resistance, 5-year channel resistance that can contain quarterly, possibly annual buying pressures. Let's just call it by the end of the first quarter, we should reach this area so long as we do not close below 394.29. Now, on the daily chart, this is kind of your 2 to 3 week swing trade right here, buying 394.94, 394.29, and holding out for the 454.92 formation. This is a realistic 2 to 3 week target. But as I mentioned, over the next 2 to 3 months, 3 to 5 months at the most, 528.40 is likely. In fact, if over the next few weeks we close above 454.92, this 528.40 is then likely within about 3 to 5 weeks. And you've got a channel top here as well that will be converging with 528.40 anyway over the next 3 to 5 weeks. So back to our 2 to 3 week time frame, buying 394.94, holding out for 454.92. You can not only exit a long position at 54.92, but you can play the short side, potentially back into the 390s and climbing within 2 to 3 weeks or so. Now, on the way up, we do have 429.72 today. This is just a horizontal channel top that may well contain today's highs. Even through the rest of the week from here, we could fall back to 394.94 within 3 to 5 days. So this is a pretty decent 3 to 5 day swing trade framework. But, just don't get aggressively short, or how should I put that? I don't like to say it that way. What I want to say is just know that if we close above 429.72, you should not be short 3 to 5 day swing trader. You want to be then long. So you want to reverse above 429.72 if you're inclined to play the short side at 429.72. I think there's another scenario where, because of the bullish nature of 394.94, because we're expecting, 454.92 over the next 2 to 3 weeks and 528.40 over the next 2 to 3 months, that, there is a scenario where you only take profits on a long position at 429.72. Maybe you're not aggressively short there on a 3 to 5 day time frame. Closing above 429.72 sets up 454.92 by the end of next week or sooner. So that would accelerate 454.92 to within 3 to 5 days. That is another 3 to 5 day swing trade. 454.92 can be sold as a 3 to 5 day swing trade and a 2 to 3 week swing trade, as I say. And once again, closing above 454.92 over the coming weeks does set up that 528.40 level that I show right here, basically. Closing above 454.92, 528.40 likely within 3 to 5 weeks, where we can top out not only through Q1, but possibly through all of 26. Let's cover the downside here. Here's one more thing to show that if we do push through 429.72 today, we actually could see 439.20. That is a 5/8 upside Fibonacci from that pullback high earlier in November. That might have been late October against that more recent low from last week. And then closing above 29.72, expect 54.92 within 3 to 5 days.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Downside, I'm just going to go with what if we close below 394.94? Well, first, that needs to be by a 1% margin. This is, as I say, a more than a 6-month channel structure. Any line study beyond 6 months does deserve the 1% violation threshold. And so that number is 390.35. 394.29 is, once again, the same exact structure that we have on the weekly chart. So if we close below this by a 1% margin of 390.35, I would expect within, this could be 3 to 5 weeks, could take a couple of months, 311.20, and I can show that probably better on the daily chart right here. Closing below 394.94 by the 1% margin, 366.20 becomes a 3 to 5 day swing trade. We could get a nice bounce off of 366.20, but also just keep in mind that if we do close below 394.94, I don't see a compelling reason to stay long Tesla if your time horizon is anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks out to 2 to 3 months, because I do see that within a month, 2 at the most, I'm going to go with 3 to 5 weeks still, 311.20 in reach. This is a rising 2/3 B line off that April low. The 5/8 Fibonacci is in that same neighborhood, and I think that there's a chance that the risk actually is that if we do close below 394.29, not only would we see 311.20 within a couple of months, but we could, as we continue into the second quarter of 26, find ourselves in the low 200s. I've mentioned, though, how you might want to just play that in a more stair-step fashion. Below 94.29, expecting 11.20. We actually could bottom out at 311.20 for a month, possibly a quarter, and round up nicely from there. Closing below 311.20 does set up 203.88 as the next 2 to 3 month target. This would be significant support, perhaps able to contain selling through all of 26. On Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Commercial Metals Company. You might want to check that out. You could see it for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial, where you'll also see our daily triple Q, our daily SPY analysis, etc., etc. Happy Thanksgiving to you for tomorrow, Thursday. And we will be back for Friday's Tesla. And take care.